he was in love with the chandeliers.
Oh, and the chick that was in love with the ghost.
With the ghost, yes.
That's not necrophilia, it's like phantasophilia.
That's right. She was walking around in the Australian bush.
And then suddenly, bam, she had an orgasm.
Yeah.
No, she didn't.
Well, objectophilia is a form of sexually focusing on a particular inanimate object. So they can be buildings or planes or anything like that. Roller coasters, light fittings, all that kind of thing. Those with objectophilia have strong feelings of attraction, love, and commitment. They develop strong emotional fixations to that particular thing or a structure. The object as of their desire is seen as an equal partner in the relationship. And I've held back on my objectophilia. I really have.
I'm glad.
Because I'm an objectophilia slut.
We just sticking your in any hole that it fits in?
No, there's too many pubs in this town and I just can't agree on one. You used to be cool, dude.
I don't know where to go with
You
it.
used to be cool. Like, you'd get that, like, oh, I don't know what a pub is anymore because I've been thrown out of so many of them. Actually, you have objectophilia of a taxi. You always go to the pub and then cart it home in one.
I'm too cool for taxis. Now I get Ubers.
Or the divvy van.
Or the divvy. At least I didn't stick me in it.
Loose talk, even looser opinions. The Burble.
From one to another, Benny. While we're on the
topic of... swollen genitals.
It's like the members only lounge in here tonight, isn't it? It really is. Anyway, look, over in the UK, there's been a bloke. Now, he went in for a routine operation, but due to a mix-up in the hospital, he's come out, well, a little bit shorter in the pant area.
Wasn't it a bladder operation, a bladder procedure?
I believe they wanted to...
Cystoscopy?
Yeah, stick a camera up his old fella to have a look in his insides.
Oh, by the way, Rove's coming back to TV too.
I think I'd rather have a colonoscopy than watch Rove, to tell you the truth. At least then it's my own shit I'd see on the television.
That's directed at you because I don't like your programs or you.
The bloke's gone in to have his bladder being checked up, right? Gonna check out his equipment's still working, the plumbing's all still good.
Yep.
He's gone under the knife, not the knife, but he's woken up and they've circumcised him.
Now, listen.
Yep.
He's 70 years old. He's made it thus far in his life. You know, maybe the bladder's playing up. That's an essential part of life.
Especially at that age.
All right, but at age 70, wearing a hoodie isn't really a problem. Now, did they do it on purpose? Or
maybe, because like when you get older, your skin loses its elasticity and things get longer. So maybe like the hood was like seriously in the way and they just sort of clean that up, just give it a little bit of manscaping.
I had to go into hospital, and you remember I was in there for 12 days, and I was absolutely hating it. I went in there for a bowel condition. I had there was a bowel obstruction, and it was apparently caused by some build-up of scar tissue and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kids, do not hold in your farts. Anyway, what they also did while they were there, they go, let's take out his appendix as well.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's something that...
But I didn't ask for it.
But it's preventative surgery.
I understand it's preventative surgery, but maybe, just maybe I wanted to dabble in the dark web and maybe end up in a seedy hotel room bath filled with ice with my appendix missing.
I don't know how much
sold that on the black market.
How much they're going to get on the black market?
Well, look, you know what? Maybe they've
maybe
gone
a liver.
Well, I don't know.
Not yours.
Shut Look, my liver. There's no buys. That thing just keeps auto rolling on eBay.
Yeah.
But maybe just for example, they want to look at an appendix and say high school science.
Maybe.
And
medical students. Or something.
Do you remember the ET scene with all the frogs and all that kind of thing? We've moved past that now because that's cruel and that's French food and we're denying them of a meal. But I'm just saying that why not just do old mate's appendix? So the hospitals have got to deal with some high school somewhere. They're dissecting appendixes.
Appendixes.
$35,000 this bloke.
Yeah, he got back.
He got in compensation. Now, we don't know whether or not he's married or anything like that, but do you think when he came home from the hospital, it's like, you know, when you walk in and you don't tell the significant other that you've had a haircut and they see it for the first time?
Well, he actually said,
look at this. I got a new style and let's go down the jockey and get on it. Let's play the fruit machine. It's got 35,000 pounds. Yeah.
Well, I suppose that's a pretty good tip to get, isn't it? Really?
Well, the medical director at the University Hospital of Leicester said in a statement, "We remain deeply and genuinely sorry that this mistake occurred, and I would like to take this opportunity to once again to apologize to the patient. We take events like this very seriously and carried out a thorough investigation at the time to ensure that we learn from this incident and do all we can to avoid it happening again. Whilst money can never undo what has happened, we hope that this payment provides some compensation." You're the patient. What do you say to old mate? We've just said that to you.
Realistically, I think $3,000 a centimetre is not enough. Does he have to now go and be Jewish, do you reckon?
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
I think it's time to do the speed round because we've got so much stuff we need to talk about. American basketball player DJ Cooper has been banned from the game after drug testers were stunned to discover that he was pregnant. He's over there plying his trade in Europe. He's been banned from the game after a drug test concluded that he was pregnant.
She?
No, he's been playing in Europe since missing out on the NBA draft, and he's played in Greece and France. He left AS Monaco in 2018 for family reasons, and those reasons have been brought to the spotlight by the revelation that he failed the drug test. So here you go at the moment, and Australia at the moment, we're copying shit for the drug testing for that young female swimmer.
Oh, yes.
Who is claiming her innocence, and she is innocent until proven guilty. But
Peptides.
Officials found that the sample he provided contained human chorionic gonadotropin, or HCG. I should just do that, which is a hormone produced during pregnancy. Now, a recent released report shows that urine actually belonged to his girlfriend, who was unlikely aware that she was pregnant. Now, how does that happen? You got to take home urine test and go, "Love, can you just
no,
do a slash in that?"
There's a whole dark bloody thing where you get basically a colostomy bag full of someone else's urine, strap it to your leg, microwave it before you go so it's warm. No, seriously. I saw a thing on YouTube. You know when you're just watching one thing on YouTube and then like it's 5 hours later and
down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Apparently, you've got to warm it up to body temperature and like you run like a little hose up the bottom of your member.
But don't they stand there and watch you take the slash?
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what I mean. You've got to be very discreet about it. You buy kits from China.
Like a secret or...
Yeah, that gives you like a second head, I guess you could call it, and then you like squeeze your leg and out comes someone else's pee to beat drug tests. And all of these big multi-million-dollar sports stars do it.
Okay. Well, he also said at the end of the day, "I wish my teammates and coaches the maximum success."
I wonder if he's going to name the kid after the drug tester.
Honey Boo Boo. Here comes Honey Boo Boo.
Here goes Az.
Az is almost walking out the door. She pleads with her mum to go to rehab. This is Alana Thompson, a.k.a. Honey Boo Boo, who is apparently unrecognisable from the flamboyant, precocious 6-year-old that the world fell in love with back in 2012. I didn't get hooked up in the whole "here comes Honey Boo Boo" shit. I just as soon as I heard it, it was like, "Here comes Honey Boo Boo." What, is a little child running towards you because they skinned their knee outside on a scooter?
No, you opened a Snickers. That's why she was running towards you. She was a small, obnoxious, not very smart child, American variety from the lower states.
Well, her mum, a.k.a. June Shannon.
Mama June.
Mama June. She stormed out of the family home during a live drug intervention. Her speech was slurred and teeth were rotten, collapsed in the street. Well, basically, she's set into chaos after she's been hooked on the crack cocaine, hooked on the meth.
On the meth?
Yep. Now, here's
Jesus, tell me when you're going to do that.
So there's Honey Boo Boo. She became famous on a show called Toddlers and Tiaras.
Now, that show was wrong.
It was a fly-on-the-wall documentary about the world of children's beauty pageants.
This was John Bonet waiting to happen again.
That's
let me tell you.
Yeah. But now it seems that it's devastating because she's just descended into so explosive, fights between the family and all this kind of thing. People were online when this thing happened, basically begging them, like TV networks, to stop glorifying hillbilly crackheads and get these people out of there.
Jesus.
I know. It is.
Mama June's chins have chins.
Mama June, mate, they're doing elections in 4 states for a governor on her chin.
Look, I don't mean to fat shame, but me, look at her. She is a nasty piece of work. And I don't just mean unattractive in the physical sense. If you hear her talk or see her on the television, she is unattractive all the way to the bone. Like, she's dumb, she's horrible, she's a gold digger, and she looks like Jabba the Hutt's first dump of the day. She really does.
You see her mouth, like her gums, they're too small for her. Well, maybe she just...
Well, her frame is a lot smaller.
Oh, God, look at it.
No, this story's way too long. Let's just say...
It is too long.
Some fat hillbillies got exposed on television.
You can tell that obviously someone who is a fan... Look how it just keeps going. Oh, it lost weight. It looks worse.
Like a drag queen. Jeez. Like a bad drag queen too, not like a good one.
Me.
You know what they need? The only thing that's going to fix this now?
What?
Dr. Phil. You need to understand...
What you have... What you have is a breakdown of communication within the family. What you have is an addiction to Twinkies. The Gallagher brothers have never really got on. They formed the band Oasis, of course, and they had some great success. Great album with Definitely Maybe, and then their smash hit album, What's the Story, Morning Glory. Everyone would have had that. I've had like 4 copies, and I've got a copy on vinyl. Love it. What a wonderful album. It is great. Basically, essentially, the biggest selling album of the 1990s.
One of the classics to have.
One of the classics to have. And I hate to say that because 1995, when it was released, was literally yesterday for me. But it's a big feud. Now, Liam's 46, and he's been accused of sending concerning messages to Noel Gallagher's daughter, his niece. Okay, one of the messages appeared to include a threat towards her mum, Sarah McDonald, prompting that the High Flying Birds frontman, which is now his new band, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, leaked the text to Twitter. So that's the thing you do. You know, if you're going to have a fight between brothers, why not make it public? And your 2 famous English performers, why not make it public?
Why not?
Let's
get some more followers in there.
Get some followers in there. That's exactly right. So anyway, now Noel's 52. I didn't realise that Noel was 52 and Liam was considerably younger.
Yep.
Didn't know that. So.
Yeah, I actually thought they were more close in age, almost like, you know, non-identical twins almost, but
pretty much.
They're not.
Okay, so anyway, Noel has lamented that there were no repercussions for his alleged threats because of his celebrity status. So he went, so when he's threatening my wife via my teenage daughter, I'm thinking, you know, if you weren't a rock star, if you were just an uncle who worked in a garage, you'd be getting a visit from the police. But because you're a rock star, you get away with that shite. Now, he reckons that if it's gone past the point of them making up, Noel nodded and replied, because I've got one fatal flaw in my otherwise perfect makeup as a human being, is which I don't forgive people. These two went on to sell so many awesome albums.
He now looks like an older, more haggard version of one of the Finn brothers.
I was just about to say, he looks like Neil Finn. He absolutely does. But anyway, so these texts were basically, he just said, tell your stepmom to be very careful. And I'm saying mom is an M-A-M. Mom, tell your stepmom to be very careful. If that's not threatening, I don't know what is. Now, they've also got other 2 sons, Sonny and Donovan. Now, Noel added, once you start texting my children and his 2 sons have been going for her too, and legitimize my wife being bullied on the internet when she has to shut down Instagram accounts because of the vile shite being written about her and my daughter, then it ain't happening. Now,
so I guess a reunion's out.
Exactly right. No way in the world is Oasis going to come back, do a reunion. It's done and dusted. I would probably bet that we will see BBC News out of there, or News of the World, basically that one of the Gallagher brothers has shot the other one. And we should contact a bookie or something like that. Lay down.
Who do you reckon's going to do it?
I reckon Liam's more of the loose cannon. As when you go jogging...
Yeah, all right. I'll bite.
When you go jogging, you don't expect to come back to your car and have a commentary on yourself. Let